Alright, so what's going on, YouTube? Figured I'd get this little excerpt added to the next video download here because I've got some plans with the Stevens Family RC channel this weekend, but I think Friday night we're going to try to do a little live video thing. I know sometimes my live stuff don't exactly work out too great. We're gonna work on it together and try to get everything together. So probably around like 10 or 11. If people want to jump in, you know, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I'm mainly doing. I think he's got some parts for his TRX4 Sport and some other stuff we're going to be going over. I'm just going to be messing around here in the RC dungeon hobby room down here, cleaning up probably and doing some other stuff, helping him out. Probably be doing a little work to the hauler. No, I haven't got that video uploaded yet. It'll be uploading. I don't know if this video excuse me, will be attached to my Wraith drop this week, or if it'll be, I may go ahead and attach it. I may go ahead and attach it to the hauler video, because this is probably what I'll be working on more than likely. You know, while we're doing the live thing, you know, going over my homemade bumper stuff and everything. I've got some stuff to straighten up. Excuse me, my sinuses are really killing me. 'Tis the season. We're gonna be doing a live thing just with Stevens Family RC. You guys can check them out here on YouTube. I'll try to get a link down in this video for that too, and then I'll put a link for the parts that we have on the hauler. We'll probably go ahead and be doing an install on some more of the AJC mods. I got his storage box and his skid plate, so I'll probably be, those should be fairly straightforward and not too big problematic to install here on the hauler. So I'll probably be doing that while we're doing the live video feed. This is gonna become my one main primary, more geared toward hardcore trail truck. This thing is like so impressive, guys. I'll go over that later. After this part ends, you can go directly into, I think I'm going to go ahead and link it to this, to the hauler video. That way everything's together. I just wanted to put that announcement out there. If anybody is interested, you can tune in. It's a family friendly. It's going to be, you know what I mean, stuff. So there won't be a lot of, you know, I mean, it's just family oriented RC stuff. Hopefully I can get it to work and cooperate. I now have, you know, better service here on my phone now. I have an unlimited 4G access, so I should be able to stream it without too much terrible problems. That's one problem we run into here in West Virginia. A lot of people don't realize our internet's not, unfortunately, it's not the best. We got not real good internet providers here. I mean, we're getting better. It's just, it's very expensive for us here to have a very good internet provider. You know, it's like the price of a new car payment if you want really premier internet here. But there is 2 new providers here providing. So I'll be cleaning up down here hopefully tonight. I'm going to come home and get everything presentable and really clean up the hobby room down here and make some room, because I want to be able to move stuff around while we're doing video. And hopefully some people will jump in and join us, and just, you know, if you want to talk about RC stuff, it's going to be about everything. We can just discuss things, just RC stuff in general. And I mean, I do everything, guys. I do scale stuff. I do hardcore stuff. If people got, you know, I'm not a super guru or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but, you know, I can, if people got questions, I can help out with that. Just love the RC hobby and like to share it with everyone. I just try to be respectful and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Anyways, from the RC Dungeon, peace. All right, so final video. Here we go. Hopefully we got enough room here in the old memory bank. So I picked up obviously a TRX6 hauler. It was pretty well loved. It was actually in a little better shape than what it is now, because I've been using this thing pretty hard. If anybody watched the video, the West Virginia 4-Dice Trail video, that trail is hardcore, guys. Not just for trucks, but for people in general. That's the Stevens Family RC that we've been trailing with. I love that trail. It is a test for a truck, 100%. It might not look like it on that video, but wow, that is a test for your rig. Trust me, it is definitely a test. It has everything in it. This thing killed it. The main thing that I found with this hauler, and I'm going to go through this stuff just kind of real quick here. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to keep these stock Canyon Trail tires, are actually a good tire. I think the hauler has a little smaller of a tire on it than, say, the TRX4. I think there's a height difference. One's like 4 point, or one's 4.6. These, I don't know. I can't remember. I thought I remember reading somewhere. But these tires, this truck killed it. It was like everybody was like, holy cow. They couldn't believe how well it did. So I ended up taking the tanks and the toolbox. I don't know where I shoved them. There's great big giant tanks and toolboxes that hang down here. Because, I mean, it's a scale hauler. As scale as Traxxas can make it. So, I took them off. I just took them off. They were hanging me. You know, this is more, I wanted to go more performance oriented. Well, to show you here what I'm talking about. Well, I got too much stuff sitting on it to grab it. I have another one of these that's on stock. But it's got the tanks and stuff hanging down there. So that was a big hang-up point for the hauler if you're going to do harder stuff with it. So I just unscrewed those, took them off. So what I did here, I had another set of these really nice. I think these might be hot racing. They're very heavy duty. And I beat them and they ain't bent, so they'll hold up for you if you buy these. I don't know where to give you a link because I don't know for sure what these are. I was told they were hot racing. I don't know that for sure. I haven't researched to find them again. But they provide a nice right here for your body, for your fender. You've got to trim your fender off to run these. What I've done is I've shimmed these up 15 millimeters. So I've raised these up as well, 15 millimeters with spacers, bolt them directly down through, and then I took the factory mounts here for your steps off the side, and I used the plastic that this body grooves and locks into. It'll still slide right down from the factory, and it slides and locks into this, and then this holds the body just the same. But you get a nice raised up higher clearance metal slider for the TRX6 that way. And like I said, you can check and see. I don't know if these are the hot racing ones. They came on. A buddy of mine contacted me and was like, hey, I have this decked out TRX4 for $100. I think I gave like $100 for it. And I'm like, yeah, that was a no-brainer. It had upgraded servos and everything on it. Why would I not take you $100 for it? And then he threw in an extra set of tires and wheels. Then it had these tires and wheels on it as well. You know, aluminum wheels. These are 2.2s, but you know, I mean, for what I paid for it, I stole it, really. And he gave me a set of Proline Swampers in 1.9 as well. So it was kind of a no-brainer. I got them mounted somewhere here. Oh, they're right here, actually. One of them fell off, but I put them on a set of SSD wheels, but I got those on the deal, too. You know, they got nice foams in them. It's got some kind of upgraded foam. I don't know what he has in it. They come in the tire, but it wasn't the stock Proline foam. But I mounted these to them SSDs. I'm going to be trying these out just to test them. I've got a whole set of those on that deal when I got that TRX4. And that TRX4 was decked out in like brass links and all that, and hot racing aluminum C-hubs. And most of the parts have been transferred that'll fit over to this. Because this is going to be one of my main dedicated trail rigs. I really like it. Let me make sure we're still recording here, guys. And I forgot to turn this on. Okay, there we go. Maybe that might help too, make the video look better. I don't know. So anyhow, getting back into it with the hauler. Something else that hung it up really bad, and you can watch it in that West Virginia Fordyce video. Your drive shafts here. I was eating into them pretty hard, and of course you can just upgrade to a better drive shaft, but I'm keeping these till they're wore out, and then I'll probably upgrade to some nice, you know, better quality drive shafts. Because let's be honest with you, there's you know, TRX stuff are tanks, man. That's just what they are. It's funny because I was never a big, huge Traxxas guy, and now here I am with all these freaking Traxxas. So. Anyways, I bought the AJS. Let me see what his actual, because I got a bunch of parts here for him. I'm not opening it on camera today. AJC mods from AJC Hobbies. He can be found on eBay. I'll send you links. I bought his skid plate here, and it's a 3D printed, but everybody says they hold up really well. We'll see. You know, to where it'll slide over things better, and it's plastic, so it should slide easier. Whereas this was like digging me in, and then my chassis would hit right here. You can actually see where the chassis was digging in. So I'm thinking that skid plate's not really big. It'll just lay up into here. It bolts, from as far as my knowledge is, it bolts from like here into here, and this is where my hang-up spot was. So it should let that glide over and not belly hang as bad. Especially if you hit obstacles with some momentum, you know, like a grind rail for like a skateboard or whatnot. I think I should be able to slide over everything. So I ordered that. That's over here. I ordered his storage box and winch mount stuff to go here because I wanted a way to carry all my tow straps and extra chain and pulling stuff and winch controllers and all that good stuff. I'll get into that into another video when I actually start working on that. So what I've done right here, number one is I've made my own bumper. And I'm going to stop the camera and restart it here so it don't shut off. So I've made my own bumper here real quick. This is just aluminum angle that I notched, folded the ends over, took a factory blazer, TRX4 blazer, because I had it. Of course it's plastic. I need to find one of these in the metal now that I've got all this made up, just to make it a little more sturdier. And I drilled it, nylon lock nutted it, M3 screwed 2 spots here in the middle. And then I'm going to add 2 more probably out here eventually on the front. Then I drilled 4 holes here. Etched this out with my Dremel rotary bit, and bolted a cheap fair lead to the middle. I'm going to mount a winch on the inside of the truck here, so it'll be a hidden winch. And then you'll have your spool out here, so the bumper's not hanging way out. It's a hidden winch. Just some homemade toe shackle mounts that screw underneath up and high to where they don't dig into stuff. You know, they are steel. They're steel mounted tabs, so they're not going to break. Or, you know, these will probably break before the mount breaks, or the bumper mount itself will rip through before these break. But this is the highest clearance I could get. Everything else hung clear down into here. And that AJ, they sell a complete fascia bumper. It covers everything. I didn't go with that. It hung down too low, in my opinion. Like, it mounted clear down into here. But this was the main problem I had. And I had a semi-modified bumper on it when I did that West Virginia Fordyce Trail video. I had like the grill guard from the Blazer. It was a Blazer bumper cut. But that grill guard hung way out. This is going to give me the most approach angle that I think I'm going to be able to get. And I may even come in here and cut this plastic away at the bottom right here. There's actually a notch and a notch. I don't need this because it's mounted to the top piece. So what I think I'm going to do is and then it'll be completely flat. There is no way I'm going to get a better approach angle than that, because this is just right down with the body line. So these bumper corners, and then this and it slots in, and it's adjustable. I can pull this bumper in and out. I made it to where it was adjustable. So I just homemade that real quick out of, you know, just aluminum angle. And this is heavier angle. This is 1/2 inch maybe. I can't remember. It's a little thicker. It's heavier stuff. It's harder to bend. You're not just going to catch this and fold this out. This is heavier grade aluminum. But yeah, I just made that real quick. And that was the front problem with the TRX6 hauler. So the second problem with the hauler, and keep in mind all these mods, I can go right back to my factory stuff that I've done here. So you'll see here, and I've got to trim this down a little bit more, make it look a little prettier, and make it set in with the bed. I took the ramp, because the ramp was a huge hang-up spot. And what I'm doing here is you have your ramp bolts in, you know, keys into your bed here, and it was just killer. It was just hanging me up on everything. Let me move it. I think the camera's picking it up here. Let me make sure we're getting it. So I took the same angled piece of aluminum, and I just, you know, measured it out and cut it, and smoothed it out. I'm going to round them out later. This is still in building phase. And then I think I'm going to make something to where this will hinge up here to where I can fold it. And my ramp will still be there. I'll have the aluminum piece here because the screw holes all match. You can screw this back in. So you can have your ramp on here if you want your ramp, your lip to drive up over. That really wasn't a big deal for me. Even if you do the tilt bed mod, you're still going to be able to drive a truck up on it. This is more capability stuff for me than it was, you know, looking pretty and scale with this one. So I done away with that. This was a terrible hang-up point. Believe it or not, this truck really was like, it kept up with, you know, the TRX4s and stuff. You know, it's very surprising how these haulers go. I'm really starting to dig the 6x6 stuff. But yeah, this was a huge problem. I am going to make this, I think, to where it hinges. And I can still have it up here on the bed if I want it later on. And you can just flip it out, and I'll make something with the bottom holes down here. I'll make it to where this will, you know, you can drill this out, or just the screws or whatever. Make it like a quick fold up and down. That's my plans with this. I'm pretty sure it'll work. That way it's still on the truck and everything. And I thought a hinge, you know, it don't have to look beautiful. If you look at real rollbacks as you use them too, guys, they get beat up and stuff. Especially if you see something that's an off-road unit like that. So, yeah. But anyways, I just kind of made this real quickly, you know, impromptu to do away with that. Because you know, you got to have this solid. You don't want this hanging out here. You're going to tear up your plate for your bed. And I didn't want to do that. And this protects everything. And it's solid aluminum. You can bolt tow hooks to this. You can winch point mounts to it, all that good fancy stuff. It's aluminum. It's not going to bend. You know, I'm sure you can bend it if you're doing stupid stuff with it. Anything's breakable. That's just how it is. So yeah, that's what I did with the rear of this thing. This is still under my redneck development, I'm going to start calling it. I've got to get everything squared away, get it tucked up, looking a little bit better. This is going to give me a lot better clearance in the back. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to come down here and fool with stuff this week. That's why I'm getting all my video stuff done at one time. But this is where we're at with the TRX6 hauler right now. It does have an upgraded Holmes Hobby. It's a Trailmaster motor because that's what was in that other TRX4 I got off the guy I'm friends with. It did have a brand new Holmes Hobby Trailmaster motor, sport motor in it. That's what's in here because the factory Titan motor in this thing was on its deathbed when I got it. Still has the XL5. It's still working. That video you see. Eventually this will get, you know, all that stuff eventually will get upgraded. I have swapped over. No, I'm not a Reefs connoisseur or, you know, super crazy expensive servo guy. I had a Reefs 422 HD V2. That's what's in this truck now because the stock Traxxas servo just didn't have enough. That was another thing that suffered on the trail big time was the steering on this thing. Not the steering itself. I'm talking about the servo just didn't have enough butt to get the front wheels turning under load. So I did swap up to that Reefs 422 in here. I had it out of an Axe truck that I had. And well, it was a replacement servo from them because the first one had burned up and they actually replaced the servo under warranty. So I ended up getting that. And that's what's in here. I don't know. You know, like I said, I usually run the cheaper Amazon 45 kgs, 35 kgs. You turn them up to 7.4 volts if you can on your receiver, and they work fine for me. I've never had a problem doing that. You know, it doesn't have to be a shift servo. It doesn't have to be a reef servo for me. It doesn't have to be super brand name stuff. This is actually the first time. The first reefs I had didn't last at all. So I don't know. We'll see if this one does. You know, I've got one run on this reefs, and it was a huge improvement over the stock Traxxas. But literally any servo would have probably been a huge improvement over the stock Traxxas. So that's where we're at with this one, guys. Hopefully you guys like and subscribe. You hung into the end. If you hung into the end, I appreciate it 100%. Thank you to everybody that's been watching the channel from the RC Dungeon, as always. Peace.